Okay.
Okay.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol.
La, ti, do. Ah, yeah.
At the end, we'll say what we're drinking. On this episode, we're chasing tailwinds to see who can catch the most amount of fish.
Gonna be me.
Not.
Oh, wow. Those are gross. They're like chipped and stuff.
That's number 5.
Oh, doesn't count.
It does count.
Doesn't count.
Does count. Does count.
All right, well, let's sit back and relax. I know you brought some snacks. So me and Kevin both work in aviation. I work for an aircraft manufacturer. Kevin is an air traffic controller. He thinks he gets to tell me what to do, but it is not true. So we eat, sleep, and breathe aviation, but there's only one other thing that can compete with our passion for flying, and that is fishing.
We are flying to Charleston, South Carolina to find out who the better fisherman is.
Or woman. The city is surrounded by salt marshes and tidal creeks, making it a fishing paradise. Fishing is like our most favorite thing. We both grew up in Florida on the water. It's what we love the most, and Charleston has some incredible inshore fishing.
Man, I'm excited. It's always been a dream of ours to fly our own airplane to go fishing.
How did you feel getting to load up our own airplane and go fly to go fishing for the very first time?
The only thing I like more than flying is fishing. So you can imagine how excited I was to get there.
So we packed up our coolers and all of our bags and headed eastbound out of our backyard strip out of Atlanta, Georgia. Now this is the heaviest we've ever loaded down our plane. It's all within weight limits, but we just literally have never taken it on a trip before. So I was excited to see how it would do performing out of our grass strip, and I was super happy with how it climbed out. It acted like we didn't have all the extra weight on it.
I think for a second there, Mojo was doing about 1,000 feet a minute.
Literally. I mean, this thing's a beast. We've got a suitcase each. We've got our cooler. I've got all my camera gear. We've got nearly full fuel. We left out just like a hair. And this thing just came out of there like no one was in it.
She's like a rocket ship.
How cool is that?
Mojo.
We are going to Charleston. I've only been to Charleston once, and you've never been, so this is super exciting.
And we're gonna do my most favorite thing in the world. We're gonna go catch some redfish and some trout, aren't we, man?
Our dream has always been to fly our own plane to go fishing, like our two most favorite things in the whole wide world. And this is the very first time we're doing that.
Yeah.
It makes me want to cry.
We are chasing tailwinds for real this time. So what's your favorite type of fish?
Redfish fishing. Actually, all my life, I've been redfish fishing to catch slot reds that are within the regulation to keep and take home and eat them. But the Carolinas is known for their bull reds, which I have never landed a bull red before. And if I land one this trip, I'm going to be so freaking happy.
So is this going to be a competition, or is it going to be an equal opportunity enjoyment?
It's always a competition. But what should it be? Is it who catches the most or who catches the biggest fish?
I think we go for the inshore slam.
Which is redfish, trout, and snook.
Oh yeah.
You think that we're both gonna get an inshore slam?
No, I think I'm going to get an inshore slam.
Okay. How about it's just how about the biggest fish? Let's go biggest fish.
Maybe.
So we took off bright and early, no weather, no storms, no nothing. Just a straight flight to Charleston, but we had one little detour there.
Always a detour.
You know, I said only thing I love more than flying is fishing, but I also love golf. And Augusta happened to be right on our flight. So we took a little detour, did a couple circles around, took some pictures, and then headed on to Charleston.
If you guys have been following us for a while, you will know how much of a golf nut he is, to the point where he stressed me out the day before your pilot check ride. Instead of studying, you went golfing, and I could have strangled you.
But did I pass?
You did, which makes me more mad.
Sorry about you. After about 2 hours of flying, we could see Mount Pleasant Airport.
Mount Pleasant Airport is a small airport. It's perfect for little planes like ours for a weekend stay. And we came in from the north, which means we were straight in for runway 17. It brings you over the low country of the Carolinas, over the Wando River. It's gorgeous flying in. You're pointed right at the ocean. And I'm lined up perfectly on final. Everything looks great. My airspeed's great, lined up perfectly. And just before my wheels touched the ground, Kevin says,
"What's that big looking dog doing on the runway?"
There's a deer on the runway.
Oh shit.
Go around, go around, go around.
There were 3 huge deer standing out in the middle of the runway in front of me. And right before I touched down, I had to do a go around, which means in airplane talk, that means that you're not landing, you're going back up into the sky.
Thanks for catching that. Wow, that's never happened to me. Not quite that aggressive. He was standing there just looking at us.
There's 3 of them. You're good.
Good thing I had that, oh man, good thing I was on it.
That's the furthest I've gotten down to touching down and just been like, whoop, we can't land.
They were right there, and I mean, thankfully you were quick to do it because that deer ran across the runway and then stopped, deer in the headlights, and then ran right back where we were.
Deer in landing lights. So after I climbed out, I was in the downwind, which is parallel to the runway. I could peek out my window and look down and see that the deer had cleared the premises. So I whipped it back around, landed, and then our weekend of fishing starts.
Yes.
We got to the boat in the morning to go searching for redfish. Whoever could catch the most amount of fish.
You already know who's gonna catch the most.
I don't think they even need to finish the video to know
Nope,
who
they
won.
don't.
You can just click out and be like, Schmitty won.
But you should watch to the end.
Anyways, weather was perfect in the morning, and we were joined on the boat by our good friend Paul. He also lives in the Atlanta area, and he flew into Charleston as well in his Cessna Turbo Stationaire 206. It is a gorgeous airplane and perfect for flying from Atlanta to Charleston with all your things. So he met us on the boat, and Captain Jim was the guy under pressure that needed to make sure we found some big fish. And we were on his Shearwater Bay boat. We're out here in Charleston with Captain Jim and our friend Paul, and today we are going out fishing for whoever catches the most fish.
I think it's gonna be me.
don't think so, not for a second.
There's no way you're gonna beat me this time.
Excellent.
I know if you see any great whites, make sure to get that.
Basically what we want to do is cast towards that back wall over there, and then the current's you can see the current's moving out already. And there's a oyster bed right here, and these fish sit right behind the oyster bed, waiting on bait to roll over the hill. And this thing should cast really far.
If I told you right now that I never look behind, I'd be lying just to keep following ahead. And I know you won't regret what you've done and make fun of the love that I have. If I never proceed into what I done, I would keep on just making the
We saw the tail of a red. So when we got to our first spot, I think Mindy jinxed us because the weather was too perfect. And all of a sudden, this big storm looking thing rolls in, and it's overcast and it's cold and it's windy.
We didn't like it, the fish didn't like it. Unsuccessful first spot. So we left there empty-handed and went to go explore Capers Island.
So we were taking a little break. We've been to one fishing spot. We've had a couple bites, broke off both times. But right now we're on Capers Island, sitting on a driftwood log that's been petrified from the salt water.
Yep, all this is like 4 miles, I think, of this entire forest of trees that's all decayed from the ocean, but it makes for a very creepy setting while we're taking a break from fishing.
And so Capers Island is just north of Charleston. The only way to get there is by a boat or a kayak.
Or you could swim.
I guess you could
You're
swim.
not a good swimmer, but I am.
You think that you could swim better than me?
Yes.
Well, fortunately, neither of us had to swim. While we're there, the cool thing about Capers Island is there's petrified trees.
It is kind of a creepy landscape. It's called Boneyard Beach, and what was once green and luscious palm trees are now brown, dead. You can see all of the roots just eaten up by the sea. It makes for a really, really cool landscape
spot too, right?
Instagram spot, I guess. You can take a picnic there. You can camp there. People even camp there, but
So much fun.
what a cool place to see. It's a sand dollar.
It looks like it's been burned.
I haven't found one of these in so long.
Are you gonna keep it as a memento? Petrified palm trees are really cool, but I came here to beat Mindy. Fortunately, the weather started to clear up and we headed to the next spot to get me some reds.
Lit. We got to the next spot. Of course, Kevin has no ladies first rule. He grabs the first fishing pole in sight and starts casting. And of course, he hooks up to the first fish of the day.
This is a competition.
I was a little upset. Normally, it's ladies first. Like, here, why don't you cast first while we get this other rod ready?
Nope.
Nope. So just go into this knowing that he does not let me win at anything.
So it sounds like you're saying I already took the lead.
You did. You caught a huge redfish, like right off the bat. And then I was pumped. Like, I was ready. Like, we were in the spot.
Well, let me tell you a little something about me. When it's Saturday night, I need to blow off some steam. 2, 3, 4. Well, I've been rolling in since the clock in Monday morning. From the end of the week, I'm bound to blow. Breeze walking through the honky-tonk like a pack of wolves now. Order up around the shops and it's away we go. It's a throw down, dig down. Order up another round of shots. Run, get drunk, get some, have fun. Get into some trouble, baby, like in a night. I'm a Jim Beam, drinking beer, drink, singing, la 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 la, line, dancing machine. Been a hell of a week and I need to go off and see.
That's
This is
pretty
what
good.
it's all about.
That's pretty good.
This is why you come here.
That's all right. I'm about to hook up all boost.
Oh my wow!
Take the camera off of me.
There's a fish on. Fish is everywhere. Let's go.
We ended up leaving this redfish honey hole haven with Kevin at 4 and me at 3 fish.
Shocker.
It is a shocker.
So we don't want to give Captain Jim spots away, but he did find a wreck down in one of the canals.
Canals.
And this time we were looking for some sheepshead.
And I was excited. I haven't been sheepshead fishing in such a long time. So after a few minutes, I hooked up to a monster. And the whole time I'm just like, please get it in the boat. Please get it in the boat because then it's gonna tie us. And I knew this thing was huge.
Yep, fish on.
Fish on.
Fish on!
Come on.
Oh, she's shaking!
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
There, bullfrog?
Bullfrog.
Oh, it's a snapper?
Nice.
No, it's a sheepshead.
Oh, that's a big sheepshead.
Yeah. Do I pop them in?
No, I'll get him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. We can call it a red drum now. Red drum, bye.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Nice fish.
Man.
Well, that's a nice hook too. So I finally got it in the boat. It was bigger than I expected. The biggest sheepshead I've ever caught.
There's not a lot of times you're gonna say the biggest sheepshead ever, but this thing was 10 pounds.
It was huge.
I don't even know where this thing came from or what it's eating down there.
This is my 4th fish of the day. I got a sheepshead. These things are so cool, lots of spikes, but the best thing is look at their teeth. They've got these human-like teeth. I can't help but to pull their little mouths back every time I catch one. It's probably a violation of their privacy, but I want to see them teeth, man.
Oh wow. Those are gross. They're like chipped and stuff.
He needs to brush them.
Hey
Go
there,
to a
little guy.
dentist. You know you do it every time too. So then I pull in another sheepshead after that huge monster and I'm happy. Strong fish.
Dig it.
Get it, man.
That one, this one's got,
Oh!
this one's got a motor.
Woo!
It's got a big motor on it. Leave him down in the water for me, okay?
That's a sheep killer.
I like it better when the hook is on the other side.
I think it counts as 3 sheep
Oh
right
my
here.
gosh. What a fish. Man, what is that thing?
Sheep.
It's a monster! Oh
It's a sheep.
God. That's definitely the biggest sheepshead I've ever caught in my life.
Oh my gosh.
Look
Man.
how beautiful. Except for those teeth.
That is a giant.
Ugliest beautiful fish.
That means I'm at 5 fish, you're at 4 fish, and then Captain Jim says something that makes me want to take him out to dinner. He says, time to pack it in, which meant you were out of time.
Captain Jim ain't going out to dinner. Especially if I'm losing this competition.
Yeah, so as Kevin is pulling in his very last cast, he hooks up to a sheep's head. Will he get it in the boat?
Before it gets off.
Kevin's got one. which means we're at 5 fish now to 5 fish, and we are tied, and we are literally out of time. Jim has got another guide after this, like there's no way we can stay out. So we headed in for the day on a tie, and nothing makes me more mad than a tie.
I can't even fathom how you didn't lose to me.
It's frustrating, so we headed back to the marina with no
a tie.
winner, no winner. No winner, no loser.
That's number 5 for me.
5 to 5.
5 to 5.
So later that evening, we're discussing flight planning, coming back home. We're still not so stoked about this whole tie situation, and we have an idea. We said, whoever catches the very next fish on this dock will be the winner, which would be true. That would be whoever caught 6 fish. So we headed out to the dock, and the next fish wins it all.
I just hear a splash. Boom. She got him.
Redfish. Are we surprised?
I can't even be mad because it might have been the prettiest redfish we caught. So,
Oh, are you talking about me?
Mindy, it was a fair fight.
Wow, I'm surprised you're being so classy about this.
I'm not admitting defeat, but there is video evidence that proves that you won.
There is video evidence.
So,
we all know.
you guys can be the judge of.
No, there's no judging. It's 6 to 5. Now we just have to go fishing again.
Okay.
For you to be able to maybe beat me next time.
Promise me?
Promise.
Always.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us on our fishing competition to Charleston. Don't forget that I won. And join us next time to see where we are chasing tailwinds to next. Okay.
So what you got in that cup?
In my cup, I have Evan Williams bottled in bond.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
No.
What do you have?
You poured me a little bit of Dickel, didn't you?
Because honestly, I didn't expect you to drink it. And that was what I was most willing to give away.
That's nice of you. Give me the top shelf whiskey.
I don't mind Dickel, but I usually like to mix Dickel. I don't usually drink it by itself.
You don't like Dickel?
No, I do. Anyway.
All right, well, let's sit back and relax. I know you brought some snacks.
Thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment all the good things. If you guys want even more content, follow us on social media. They're in the description below, or head over to our Patreon page, also linked below. And don't forget, if you would like to go on this exact trip yourself, head over to www.chasintailwinds.com to download your free travel guide.